Now on Good Morning Northwest, clearing Spokane's large homeless camp, when it might happen, where all the people would go, and what's happening later this morning that may give us all some clarification.
A dry and at times sunny start to our day, but we've got more rain coming up. We'll have more on that timing in just a little bit.
The legal battle over student loan forgiveness is cranking up this morning. Is it happening or not? You're watching Good Morning Northwest here on 4 News Now. Good morning, and thanks so much for being with us. I'm Derek Dice.
And I'm Robin Nance. It is Tuesday, October 25th. We want to begin with breaking news out of Pend Oreille County this morning. The sheriff's office needs your help finding a teenager missing since yesterday. The city of Newport shared this picture of the missing boy, Eric McCauley. He is 15 years old, weighs about 160 pounds. He was last seen yesterday on Spokane Avenue in Newport. He was wearing a black t-shirt, tan pants, and brown boots. If you've seen him, you're asked to call 911.
All right, let's get to your first alert forecast now with Mark Peterson.
All right, we do have, again, a dry but breezy start into Spokane. We're sitting at 36 degrees, feels like it's around freezing. Here are the 4 things you need to know. We're not out of the rain cycle by any means, and we're not into a snow cycle either. It's going to be dry today. It's going to be chilly and breezy to start. We've had winds to 17 miles an hour already. Dinner time shower potential, but certainly light rain overnight. We'll talk more about those amounts coming up. That 24-hour forecast has the snow continuing along I-90 as you're crossing over to Montana. We're going to see the rain move in. That's going to happen later on today. And then overnight, we'll see that. So be on the lookout as we see that rain continue to move in. Like I say, about 1/4 of an inch. And then we're going to see that through the morning commute into 7, 8 o'clock. 47 will be our high today. That's below average. 46 into Pullman. Over the next 12 hours, we'll see temperatures warm up into the 40s, but it's going to take till 10 or 11 o'clock. Our high today is going to be 47 degrees with, again, those evening showers starting to fire up.
Breaking news this morning about the homeless encampment known as Camp Hope. In just hours, city and county officials will update the public on a plan to connect the homeless to resources and address the growing concerns of the surrounding neighborhood.
That conference, which 4 News Now will stream for you, is expected to include statements from the mayor, the sheriff, and County Commissioner Mary Cuney. Sheriff Ozzie Knezovich says he wants the camp closed.
This is a crisis, and it needs to end.
Is asking the county to declare the situation at Camp Hope an emergency. County commissioners have already called it the biggest public health and safety crisis in the region and are expected to make that happen today. Sheriff Knezovich says this will allow him to coordinate resources and funding needed to clear the camp. He says plans are in the works to move people into shelters, safely store their belongings, and create a secure location where outreach providers can connect with people. The sheriff says the county and city are committed to closing the camp with or without the state's help.
He cannot get the state to come on board. Then we have a responsibility to the citizens of our community to deal with this issue.
Now, the city says it's working to transform the Trent shelter into an emergency stabilization center. The city says Trent can hold around 400 people, and that's where they're planning to move as many people as they can as soon as possible.
Once again, city and county officials are expected to provide clarity on their plans for Camp Hope this morning at 11 o'clock at City Hall. You can attend that meeting in person at the Chase Gallery or watch the proceedings live on KXLY.com or our streaming app, KXLY Plus. And be sure to tune in to 4 News Now for continuing coverage of Camp Hope tonight at 5 and 6 o'clock.
News from the Breaking Now desk this morning. The legal battle over President Biden's student loan relief program is heating up. Late last night, the Justice Department filed a response to a federal appeals court that sided with a lawsuit from Republican-led states and temporarily blocked the debt forgiveness plan. The DOJ argued that the states failed to prove they would be injured by that plan. The plan cancels up to $10,000 in student loan debt for individuals earning less than $125,000 a year or as much as $20,000 for individuals who are also Pell Grant recipients. The lawsuit filed by 6 Republican-led states argues President Biden overstepped his authority.
We do hope that it is successful. We hope that we all have standing and we can push back against this outrageous spending.
With 22 million applications already in, the White House is urging Americans to continue to apply for the debt relief, saying the court's decision does not stop the Education Department from accepting and reviewing applications. We're expecting a reply from the GOP-led states today, so we'll be sure to update you with the latest details throughout the morning. Reporting in the studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
Cindy, thanks. Well, it is back to the drawing board for a new Spokane dog park. The Spokane Parks and Recreation Board decided last night it would not approve Lincoln Park as the new site for a dog park. It was the last site crossed out as an option. Spokane Parks and Rec says it may have to explore other options like non-city-owned land.
Well, a community-wide event that encourages people to read is back.
Spokane is Reading returns tomorrow with a new book and an author in town. Destiny Richards is live at Auntie's Bookstore with a preview of what we can expect.
Spokane is Reading is a one-day event where everyone gets around and talks about one book. And if you haven't read in a while, it's a great time to start reading again. This morning, we are talking about The Book of Difficult Fruit by Kate Lebo. She's going to be in town talking about her book at 2 presentations tomorrow. There's also some free giveaways and goodies you can get when you show up in person. We'll be talking about all of that this morning on Good Morning Northwest.
We are looking forward to it, Destiny. Thanks so much. It's now 5 minutes after 6.
Now we'll appropriately turn this way, as I didn't before, to Mark with a look at what's ahead of us here.
Temperatures into the mid-40s yesterday. It was chilly. We had hoped for 47 degrees. We're forecasting 47 again today. We'll see. It looks as if we'll do really well because we're going to see a little bit of sun, but more rain coming in, that liquid sunshine. We'll talk more about that coming up.
Are you in the market for a car? Well, we do not have great news for you about buying or financing your new ride. We'll have latest numbers just ahead.
And the ballot mishap in Grant County. Who's to blame for the envelope mishap and what voters are supposed to do about it?
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
In America, we have a pressure from every quarter trying to destroy the opportunity for people to be able to build their own futures. We see an economy that has gone from the strongest economy that we have seen to one in which we have raging inflation. Our borders must be protected. We are seeing unprecedented entry, 2 million illegal entries, with the drugs and the violence that comes with it. I'm going to fight to make sure that we stop those problems. I'm Mike Crapo, and I approve this message.
Chewelah Casino's annual Halloween Boo Bash is this Saturday, October 29th. This year's theme is Heroes and Villains. Dress up in your favorite Heroes and Villains Halloween costume. You could win your share of $1,800 cash, cash prizes, and door prizes, costume contest, music with Key 101, jackpots, food, and fun. Chewelah Casino is the place that treats you right. 100% non-smoking. Learn more at ChewelahCasino.com.
As nature does its magical change from the green of summer to the orange and red of fall, camping in your old tent isn't going to cut it anymore. It's time for you to get a great deal on a motorhome, travel trailer, or fifth wheel from Click It RV during our year-end clearance event. We need to make room for 2023 models. Get 30% off, 0 down, no payments for 90 days, and get a lifetime warranty. Come visit us today on Newport Highway in Spokane and see big savings at Click It RV.
Home. It's both a place and a feeling. At yours, you strive to make new memories, create traditions, share stories, find the fun, embrace the surprises, and celebrate moments big and small. Memories are made at home, in every room, in every moment. Make your house feel like home at the Tin Roof.
When the weather outside is frightful, your home or office can be delightful. American craftsmanship is getting harder to find and even harder to experience, but not with Vermont Casting. Stoves and inserts are hand-built with you in mind. No detail is too small. The result? Timeless furniture, quality beauty that delivers efficient heat to your home. Vermont Castings, handcrafted to set your living space apart in style and in comfort. Visit our showroom for gas, wood, and pellet stoves. Andy's Heating and Cooling, since '72, thanks to you.
Watch For the People on 4 News Now.
All right, breaking news now. Rishi Sunak is officially the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, having met with King Charles III at Buckingham Palace.
Sunak is the first person of color, the first British Asian, and the first Hindu to lead the UK. Earlier today, Liz Truss delivered her resignation speech after a tumultuous 45 days as Prime Minister. Truss told the country she believed the UK must be bold in facing challenges going forward. Sunak won the race after his only challenger withdrew.
If you're waiting for a better time to buy a car, you may have to keep waiting a while. Continued auto parts shortages are driving average car prices higher and higher. Meanwhile, the Federal Reserve's interest rate hikes are making it more and more expensive to finance a vehicle. The average new car loan interest rate hit 5.7% in the third quarter of 2022, and the average monthly payment was more than $700 compared to $630 this time last year.
And just into the newsroom, a Russian court has denied the appeal of WNBA star Brittany Griner, who is facing 9 years in a Russian prison on drug charges. The court heard an appeal from Griner's legal team today. She was arrested at a Moscow airport in February and accused of having cannabis oil in her luggage.
10-second takeaway on this Taco Tuesday. It's going to be cool and dry start. There's no doubt about that. You're going to need some layers as you head out. Dinner time showers and a high today of just 47 degrees.
Voters in Washington are getting their ballots in the mail now. And if you are a voter in Grant County, you have a little bit of a curveball.
Now, voters are still able to get those ballots in on time with one small extra step in the process. That's because the ballot is slightly larger than the security envelope. So the auditor is telling voters to make an extra fold in the ballot before sliding it into the envelope and casting your vote. Grant County Elections is admitting more than 46,000 ballots were sent out with this issue. A voter in Grant County alerted 4 News Now about it. He wanted people to know it was just a mistake.
And maybe saying this publicly a couple weeks before helps it not be some grand conspiracy, some just this is an inch longer than it's supposed to be. It happens.
And your vote will still be counted even with an extra fold, or you can simply mail in the ballot without the security envelope. The Grant County Auditor says this extra fold will not create any kind of issues with the automated ballot reader. Just kind of a strange mishap, I guess. Good Morning Northwest time is now 6:11.
It is a show time to showcase our creativity and show off elaborate Halloween costumes. Coming up a little bit later on, the family that upped the ante by going full Goonies.
And Spokane is Reading is back this year. We are live at Auntie's Bookstore talking about this year's chosen book and how you can be part of the conversation.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Coeur d'Alene Convention and Visitors Bureau.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
From refinishing cabinets, doors, and trim to painting walls and ceilings, Everhart Painting has you covered. Everhart Painting has been Spokane's premier painting contractor for over 50 years. Call Everhart Painting today to schedule a free estimate. Everhart Painting, your painter for life.
It was a Saturday. Chris was a good dad. His water practices, not so much. Hey, Chris.
Hey, Culligan. Got a water pitcher for the fam. Pretty safe, huh?
Well, basic water pitchers are passable, whereas a Culligan reverse osmosis system can reduce lead, arsenic, pesticide runoff.
You realize these have filters?
Chris, pour it out.
It's not going fast enough. Just done with that.
When your water's right, so is your world. I wrote that!
The election for Spokane County Commissioner will decide the future of our county for years to come. It will determine whether we preserve the status quo that protects the privileged few, or whether we fight for what we deserve, a county where everyone can thrive, no matter their political party, what they look like, or how much money they have. Join us. Together, we will build a safe and vibrant Spokane County.
Save now with Bi-Mart's latest savings book, arriving exclusively in our members' mailboxes this week. Inside, you'll find 16 pages packed full of everything you need to get ready for fall. From everything you need for Halloween, to fall baking and food prep essentials, to electronics and more. Bi-Mart has you covered. We'll save you more time and money with our latest savings book out now. Bi-Mart, where your membership matters.
Is your home ready to make warm memories this holiday season? Call local family-owned Factory Rep Blinds. From Roman shades and screens to draperies and shutters, Factory Rep Blinds has every type of window treatment from all the major brands. Not only do they install at no extra charge, but they'll bring samples to you. Call for your free consultation at 509-327-9637. That's 509-327-9637. Call local family-owned Factory Rep Blinds. We do the work. You enjoy the results.
From refinishing cabinets, doors, and trim to painting walls and ceilings, Everhart Painting has you covered. Everhart Painting has been Spokane's premier painting contractor for over 50 years. Call Everhart Painting today to schedule a free estimate. Everhart Painting, your painter for life.
All right, welcome back. Every year, members of our local libraries and Auntie's Bookstore choose a book for Spokane is Reading.
It's a way to inspire conversation among avid readers around one book and to get adults in the community who are not, get them interested in reading again. Destiny Richards is live at Auntie's Bookstore telling us about Spokane is Reading 2022.
Yeah, Spokane is Reading is really fun because, again, if you are an avid reader, this is a chance to be introduced to a brand new book, or if you haven't read for a while, you can start reading again. I know I have seasons where I'm reading and ones when I'm not. We are here with Eva Silverstone. For those just joining us, tell us about just that kind of purpose about Spokane is Reading, where it's kind of getting everyone involved in reading again.
Sure. You know, life is busy and we have a lot of things on our plate, and sometimes we don't find time for reading. But Spokane is Reading is a program where, because we present one book to the whole community, it kind of inspires people to pick up a book again and start reading. And this is a perfect book for it because you can read the whole thing, or you can jump in and read about your favorite fruit, go straight to the blackberry chapter if you want. It's really fun.
Yes, the Book of Difficult Fruit is a memoir, a cookbook, and a little bit of a history book about various fruits. And we were talking earlier about how you learn different things about fruits, like health benefits. There are recipes for things that aren't edible, but maybe like a mask or something that's used to tenderize meat, different things like that. What do you think people will take away from this event with Kate this week, tomorrow?
So lots of great little tidbits, little pieces of history about fruit, how blackberries came to take over the entire Pacific Northwest, and then, you know, how to tenderize meat using pomegranates, I think it was, and all sorts of different little interesting things, and then also just that feeling of community by being together with other readers and having a common topic to talk about. Makes you feel, I don't know, it brings us together, and books can bring us together because it gives us something to talk about, which is really nice.
Yes, absolutely. And you'll notice on the table there's not just the Book of Difficult Fruit, but Pie and Whiskey as well. There's also one more book that you can only get here when you come to the community presentations with Kate tomorrow. And of course, there's other suggested books as well, because if you're not interested in this one, there's always another book that's similar that you can get into as well. So coming up later, we'll talk about a list of other book suggestions that you can get into for Spokane is Reading. I'll send it back to you guys.
Mark was joking about pomegranate, but she said it can be used to tenderize meat. Who knew?
Yeah, because you throw it at it. What else do you do with the pomegranate?
Well, you guys all perked up with the Pie and Whiskey book right there.
Okay,
so everyone
that
did.
one I now want to become a reader again, a drinker and a reader again.
How about being a meteorologist type of person?
Okay,
give us our weather.
We could do that as well. All right, good morning, everybody. Current conditions, 36 into Spokane. We do have a fairly clear sky, so it's cool into Coeur d'Alene. Get a little more cloud cover. You're sitting at 39. Our high today, 47 degrees. A normal high is about 53. So we are below average today. Increasing clouds throughout the day and a chance of showers later on today, but certainly overnight, where the expectation is up to 1/4 inch. But at 38 degrees, it won't be snow. Now, snow level will fall to about 3,000 feet. So you're going to be seeing the potential for rain snow mix in some areas, say Green Bluff, maybe higher elevations of the South Hill. But really, it's going to be more of a mountain event. 40 into Spokane right now. We have 37 9 Mile, Mead at 33, 32. It's freezing in Cheney, also into Deer Park. So make sure that everyone is ready for school and work. So we look at satellite and radar. Now we've got the system into the Cascades right now. We've got this one coming into BC, and then we have another one up there. This is sort of that 1-2 punch. Now we saw the beginnings of this yesterday with those rain showers that we got. Now we're seeing a continuation of that next system coming in that's going to roll through us. It's going to take a day to get here, but we're going to see that. Again, the makings of it around dinner time, but certainly more sustained rain overnight. And again, about 1/4 of an inch. We look at the radar right now, and you look at areas of Puget Sound. Yeah, they're picking that up. Up into Winthrop and stuff, the winter advisory has been dropped. And so just not looking for a lot of accumulation. Still a little bit of light snow, but it's dry here. Highs today are going to be below average for our area. We're going to be into the mid to upper 40s, about 47 degrees, 46 into Coeur d'Alene. You're going to be into the mid 40s as you head Sandpoint north, Colville at 47. So pretty consistent. LC Valley, you're going to be into the mid 50s. So we look at the planning forecast, and our plan is to see these temperatures continue to be cool. It's going to be rainy overnight with mountain snows overnight, and ski areas are loving every flake that falls. Wednesday, 47 for the high again. Early morning showers should be dry during the day. Thursday, 52. Isolated showers there. Friday, 53. And should be a dry day. But Saturday, Sunday, Monday, we have anywhere from 30 to 60% chance of rain. And it looks like Sunday into Monday is going to be more wet weather. So systems are packed up. Loving to visit now that that high pressure of summer is gone and hung out for so long.
I know, Rob and I have
This rain is like tears falling. It's so sad.
Pretty much.
It's now 6:20. The list of preseason honors continues to grow for Zag star Drew Timme. We'll tell you the latest.
And a shocking announcement about the health of Cougar volleyball assistant Burdett Greeny, the husband of head coach Jen Greeny. What he's dealing with and how it'll affect the team next. Thanks for waking up with Good Morning Northwest here on a Tuesday morning. We'll be right back.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
Considering selling your RV? R&R wants it. Tired of paying storage fees? R&R needs it. Just don't use it anymore? R&R will buy it. Due to a critical shortage of pre-owned RVs, R&R RV is currently paying absolute top dollar for your used RV. Any year, any make, any model. Turn your RV into cash or flip it for a newer model. So if you no longer use it or want it, let R&R RV buy it. Visit the R&R RV Superstore in Liberty Lake or call Keith at 509-499-2601.
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on the next task. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXOY.com to nominate it. 4 News Now Extreme Team brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
I'm Tiffany Smiley, and I approve this message.
A 2-year-old overdosed on fentanyl she found in the park where she played. It's not just our cities. It's killing kids from Bellingham to Pullman because Patty Murray kept our borders open and defunded our police. Now, record rapes, carjacking, murders, and overdoses plague our communities, and victims have nowhere to turn. Who's to blame? Patty Murray. 30 years, and we are less safe.
My name is Angela, and this is my Summit Cancer Center story. Things weren't feeling right for quite a while, and then things really went downhill. I had kidney cancer, and it had progressed where it metastasized to my lungs.
So Angela came to Summit Cancer Center for treatment because she could stay at home, and she had the best treatment that was being offered in the big cities.
Dr. Chandre said to me, "You're so lucky because we have a treatment for you."
I had recommended participation in a clinical trial that we had at Summit.
My body seemed to be extremely receptive to this type of clinical studies.
She participated in the trial, did extremely well, and got into remission. All of her cancer is gone.
And so I'm a success. It's awesome.
Contact us today to learn more about the state-of-the-art immune therapy clinical trials available here in the Inland Northwest.
I'm Kirsten O'Connor. Get ready to vote with 4 News Now for the People coverage. What do you want to know about this year's ballot? Send your questions to KXLY.com. We'll get answers now until Election Day. That's what we mean when we say expect more.
The Washington State Cougars volleyball team are in the middle of another successful season, trying to get back to the NCAA tournament for the 7th straight season. But this week they were dealt a blow to one of their own. Associate head coach Burdett Greeny announced on Twitter Monday afternoon he had cancer. The 9th-year coach says he's already had 2 surgeries and will start chemotherapy on Monday. But the goal for him is to be able to coach for the rest of the season.
Our team has had to face difficult challenges
since the first day of the year. They have been tough. They have been resilient. I want to be with them. They're special, and they make me better, and I love them.
And on Monday, Gonzaga star Drew Timme was named to the AP preseason first-team All-American list. Last season, he topped the West Coast Conference with more than 18 points a game and shot better than 58% from the field. And for his dominant performances, he was named a John R. Wooden Award Player of the Year finalist, a Wooden All-American, and a second-team All-American by Sporting News and the Associated Press. The Bulldogs will start their season on Friday with an exhibition against Tennessee out in Frisco.
Well, this 8-year-old rock climber is about to start the biggest challenge of his life. Sam Baker is trying to become the youngest person ever to climb El Capitan in Yosemite National Park. He's been training for this for years already. He and his father expect the climb will take at least 4 days.
Crazy.
Yeah. Well, one family's spooktacular ode to a 1980s classic movie is making them go viral again.
Yeah, you got to take a look at this. Every year, the Alfano family creates elaborate costumes that incorporate their 13-year-old son Anthony's wheelchair. This year, it is the famous skeleton key organ from the Goonies. And just like in the 80s movie, the costume's keys have to be played in just the right order, or else. So far, the Alfanos have donated 2 of Anthony's costumes to families with children in wheelchairs.
That is some costume.
Wow. Yeah.
All right. Good Morning Northwest time is now 6:25.
As we go to a break, here's your first look at what's coming up on Good Morning America starting at 7.
In this morning's GMA First Look, new details on the lawsuit against the makers of chemical hair straightening products.
I am the first voice of many voices to come. We'll stand up to these companies.
The science was always there for everybody to see.
Army veteran Jenny Mitchell and her attorneys, including Ben Crump, filing a lawsuit against 5 companies claiming Mitchell's uterine cancer was directly caused by chemicals found in hair relaxers sold by those brands, which Mitchell says she started using as a child.
I underwent a full hysterectomy. That was harder than the cancer diagnosis because I will never be able to carry my own kids.
And we'll have much more on this lawsuit and what it means for consumers coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Monica Sarabdi, ABC News, New York.
This is how it feels to do more with less asthma, thanks to Dupixent. Dupixent is not for sudden breathing problems. It's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma and can help improve lung function for better breathing in as little as 2 weeks. Dupixent helps prevent asthma attacks and can even reduce or eliminate oral steroids. Imagine that. Dupixent can cause allergic reactions that can be severe. Get help right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling, or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Who knows what you can do when you do more with less asthma? Ask your asthma specialist about Dupixent.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Save, save, save your green at Jennifer's Auto Sales and Service.
Interested in a floor that's beautiful and life-proof? Stuff happens, and it's great to have a floor that's worry-free.
Hi, I'm Dean, the owner of Carpet Barn. We have a huge selection of luxury vinyl flooring that is waterproof, kid-proof, and pet-proof.
Beautiful hard surface flooring updates the look of your home, is 100% waterproof, and fully guaranteed if you're updating one room, hosting company, or building your dream home. Talk to the pros at Carpet Barn. Carpet Barn has waterproof flooring in stock and on sale.
There's a clear choice for Senate. While Tiffany Smiley stood with Mitch McConnell and the big drug companies to oppose lowering the cost of prescription drugs, Patty Murray is busy working for us.
I worked with Democrats and Republicans to ban surprise medical bills, and I led the fight to pass legislation to lower the cost of prescription drugs, including capping insulin at $35 a month. I'm Patty Murray. I approve this message to focus on what really matters, you.
Chewelah Casino's annual Halloween Boo Bash is this Saturday, October 29th. This year's theme is Heroes and Villains. Dress up in your favorite Heroes and Villains Halloween costume. You could win your share of $1,800 cash, cash prizes, and door prizes, costume contest, music with Key 101, jackpots, food, and fun. Chewelah Casino is the place that treats you right. 100% non-smoking. Learn more at ChewelahCasino.com.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
The 4 News Now story tracker following breaking news this morning.
Controversial rapper Kanye West is no longer in a partnership with Adidas. The German sportswear company severed ties with him this morning over West's offensive and anti-Semitic remarks. The rapper created a firestorm earlier this month when he made several anti-Semitic comments during a podcast. West even taunted Adidas, saying he can make those kinds of remarks and Adidas can't drop him.
City and county officials are expected to provide clarity on their plans for Camp Hope this morning at 11 o'clock at City Hall. Sheriff Knezovich and county commissioners are on record saying they want to move quickly toward a solution to closing the camp. You can attend the meeting in person at the Chase Gallery at City Hall or watch the proceedings live. We'll be streaming them on KXLY.com or the KXLY Plus app.
All right, nobody won last night's $625 million Powerball jackpot, which means the jackpot grows again. It's now at $680 million and could go even higher before the next chance to win tomorrow night, which means we need to get on it because we didn't buy it before this.
So I know, I gotta say, I was a little relieved no one won it.
Yeah.
Because we didn't.
Keeps the door open for us.
All right, it is now 6:30. Good morning, Northwest. I'm Robin Nance.
And I'm Derek Dice. It is Tuesday, October the 25th. Mark Peterson here with a look at that first alert forecast. All right, we're going to start out dry today.
Starting out dry, and then we're going to get another system that's going to come in. That's going to be later on today and overnight. Take a look at the 4 things you need to know with a very cool start. It's going to be a dry day today. Going to be chilly and breezy. We're there already. Dinner time shower potential, but light rain overnight. And we'll talk about how much we're going to be getting here in just a minute. 24-hour forecast, looking to be dry throughout the lower elevations. Idaho picking up more showers through the day. In the evening hours, we're going to see some of those sneak up. We're going to see these in the early morning hours that comes across and could be in existence Wednesday morning on the commute. Now, excuse me, 47 degrees for the high today, 46 into Coeur d'Alene, and we're going to see temperatures into the mid-40s from St. Mary's all the way into the Palouse with low 50s in Ritzville. Your morning drive heading out this morning, temperatures into the mid-30s. That's it. By 9, we'll finally warm up with some sunshine to 37 degrees, and then it'll get better after that.
Well, new on Good Morning Northwest, federal investigations into the cause of that seaplane crash that killed local activist Sandy Williams and her partner, Pat Hicks, found a possible safety issue with the flight control. Investigators are now asking the manufacturer to mandate inspections of the plane's tail section. According to the National Transportation Safety Board, investigators found a stabilizer, known as a trim jack, had separated into 2 pieces by unthreading, not by being pulled apart, and were unable to find a locking ring that holds the 2 pieces together. Still, the NTSB emphasizes it has not reached a final conclusion as to exactly what caused the crash. The plane crashed into Mutiny Bay on September 4th, killing all 10 people on board.
News from the Breaking Now desk. We're tracking all the details of the latest political debate. Florida's Governor Ron DeSantis taking on Democratic challenger Charlie Crist on issues including inflation and education. The crowd went wild when the 2 opponents walked on stage for their only debate before the midterm elections. One of the most tense moments of the debate was the topic of critical race theory. Crist saying that the country should not have a, quote, whitewash approach to educating our children. DeSantis firing back, saying that certain teaching is inappropriate for our schools.
Talks about not teaching about the history of our country that might offend some people in our schools. We ought to teach facts in our schools. We ought to teach the truth in our schools.
They do have programs, unfortunately, where they will take a student, look at their race, say, okay, you're white, you're an oppressor. If you're black, you're oppressed. And think about what that does to a 6 or 7-year-old kid. That's wrong. You're seeing that.
Governor DeSantis is leading in every major poll, building a national profile by shining a light on divisive social issues while smashing fundraising records. Crist, a former Republican governor who most recently served as a Democrat in Congress, is eager to stop DeSantis' political rise. Tonight we'll be following Dr. Oz versus John Fetterman debating in the high-stakes Pennsylvania Senate race. Fetterman's campaign is now saying that the debate isn't John's format and saying Dr. Oz, a former daytime TV host, has a huge built-in advantage. But polls do show Fetterman with a slight lead over Dr. Oz, so we'll be sure to update you with the latest following that debate. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
Sydney, thanks so much. Well, the next debate for two candidates vying for Washington State's U.S. Senate seat will be a different format. Republican Tiffany Smiley is taking on Democrat Patty Murray in the run for Senate. Candidates faced off in their first debate Sunday at Gonzaga University. The next one between Murray and Smiley will be a town hall format. That is happening this coming Sunday, October 30th in Seattle. You can watch that right here on 4 News Now or stream it on KXLY.com or the KXLY app starting at 5 o'clock.
All right, we're learning new details this morning about a deadly shooting rampage in St. Louis. Police say the 19-year-old former student shot several people, injuring 7 and killing 2.
And then that man was shot and killed by police. A teenage girl and a 61-year-old teacher were killed. The daughter of the teacher who was killed identifies her as a health and PE teacher. The arrival of law enforcement was live streamed from inside a classroom by a student. One student came face to face with the shooter.
I seen my friend have all blood on her hand, and it was like she seen the shooter, and the shooter came to her and said, "You ready to die?"
Police say they quickly located the gunman, who was armed with a long gun, and then they killed him. Authorities insist the school doors were locked and are not revealing how he gained access in order to prevent copycats.
One woman is taking on one of the biggest names in beauty, L'Oreal. The Missouri woman is alleging she developed uterine cancer because of the company's hair straightening products. The U.S. National Institute of Environmental Health Safety published a study that found hair straightening products may significantly increase the risk of uterine cancer among frequent users. The woman was diagnosed with uterine cancer in 2018 and says she's been using the products since 2000.
Coeur d'Alene's fire department has a new boathouse at the 3rd Street docks. This is video from the fire department of the boathouse being towed. They're calling it Station 5. This new location was paid for with GO bond funds in 2015. The goal is to be closer to Tubbs Hill, which is where the fireboat is often called to. Fire officials say it'll be another 4 to 6 weeks before the house is boat ready.
Can't wait to see it in its new home. All right, Good Morning Northwest time is now 6:36.
Let's check in with Mark again. What you talk about?
Breezy conditions, cold temperatures. I mean, we're into the 30s. We put a wind. It feels like it's freezing out there. So this is where we want to dress up a little bit as we head out. Not so much for Halloween, just for the cold weather. We'll have a full look at the forecast coming up.
And check your cupboards. The dry shampoo recall affecting several major brands right after this break.
4 News Now on your time with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
If you're looking to score big on the best lineup of new and used vehicles, then come on down to Finley. At Finley Downtown Toyota, we've got over 3 blocks full of great choices, including the popular Toyota Tacoma and RAV4, perfect for the winter months ahead. And right now, you can also get great financing up to 60 months. So if you're looking for a touchdown of savings, you can find it at Finley. Finley Toyota's downtown.
Is one casino really any better than the next? Well, at Northern Quest, we've got the largest gaming floor in the region. Not to mention the most slot titles, the most payouts, the largest selection of table games, the lowest minimum bets, the highest maximum bets, and a state-of-the-art sports book. So you tell us. Northern Quest. Yes, the best. Play daily to carve out your share of Jack-o'-lantern loot on October 27th.
Come celebrate Ironstone Furniture and Fire's 20-year anniversary. Customize your home now and save 20% off of all in-stock furniture and accessories during the sale. Ironstone Furniture and Fire offers sophisticated style, superior comfort, and endless possibilities. So, if you're looking for casual elegance at its best, don't miss Ironstone Furniture and Fire's 20-year anniversary sale.
In America,
We have a pressure from every quarter trying to destroy the opportunity for people to be able to build their own futures. We see an economy that has gone from the strongest economy that we have seen to one in which we have raging inflation. Our borders must be protected. We are seeing unprecedented entry, 2 million illegal entries, with the drugs and the violence that comes with it. I'm going to fight to make sure that we stop those problems. I'm Mike Crapo, and I approve this message.
Coeur d'Alene Denture Clinic is locally owned and operated and has been providing personalized, comfortable, and satisfying care to our clients for over 30 years. Our licensed denturists are trained in the latest techniques in the construction, development, and preparatory work of a denture. Full dentures, implant attachments, repairs, fittings, adjustments, we do it all. Every denture is made to look as close as possible to your natural teeth. With our knowledge and friendly staff, competitive costs, and quality of service, you'll leave Coeur d'Alene Denture Clinic smiling.
It is now 6:39. Home mortgage rates are currently soaring, but a new forecast from the Mortgage Bankers Association says relief is in sight.
Now, the report says rates are expected to fall to 5.4% by late next year. That still sounds high? Well, it is. At this time last year, rates were at historic lows, hovering around 3%. Now, the average rate for a 30-year fixed loan is currently almost 7%. While this forecast is a positive sign for prospective home buyers, analysts caution rates could still be volatile in the coming months as another rise in interest rates is expected this year.
You might want to check your bathroom cabinet. Some dry shampoo is being recalled. A number of brands, including Dove, Nexus, Suave, TG, and TRESemmé have all been recalled because of potentially elevated levels of a chemical called benzene, which can cause cancer. Unilever issued a voluntary recall for a long list of products out of an abundance of caution. You can find the full list on KXLY.com.
20 minutes past 6 o'clock. It is a Tuesday. Here's your 10-second takeaway. Things are looking pretty cool and dry this morning with some gusty winds in the Spokane area south. So wear those layers. You'll need them. Dinner showers expected, 47 the high.
Changes are coming to Trent Avenue in Spokane Valley. The city is redesigning the Sullivan Road interchange near State Route 290. It would replace the Sullivan Bridge over Trent and the bridge next to it. The city will be hosting a project open house this Thursday at East Valley Middle School at 5 o'clock. To learn more about that project and the link to take the survey on the interchange, find the story on KXLY.com. Good morning, Northwest Time is 6:41.
All right, Destiny Richards is live at Auntie's Bookstore this morning.
That's right. Spokane is Reading is back in 2022, and tomorrow readers get the chance to learn more about this year's featured book and ask questions for the author. And coming up, we'll talk about some giveaways you can get when you go to the presentations tomorrow.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
Happy Take and Bake Tuesday! Every Tuesday at Papa Murphy's, you can get any large pizza for just $12, which makes Tuesday the best day to bring home all your favorites.
We might have too many favorites.
Order now at papamurphys.com.
Did you know that Spokane Hyperbaric Center uses oxygen to reduce pain, inflammation, and swelling?
I didn't know that.
Did you know that hyperbaric oxygen therapy promotes new blood vessel growth, fights infection, and releases more stem cells from your bone marrow?
I didn't know that.
Would you like to know if Spokane Hyperbaric Center is the right choice for you? Go to hyperbarichope.com to find out.
Spokane Hyperbaric Center gave us hope. And now you know.
The more I learn about Tiffany Smiley, the more worried I get.
Tiffany Smiley has said that it would be awesome to have Donald Trump support. Donald Trump is far from awesome.
She questioned the integrity of the 2020 election.
Come on. Smiley promised Mitch McConnell that she would flip control of the Senate to him.
They could rig the courts with more extreme judges.
She could give Mitch McConnell the power to pass a nationwide abortion ban.
That's horrible.
The more you learn about Tiffany Smiley, the worse it gets.
Women voters responsible for the content of this advertising.
Living in the Inland Northwest has its advantages, and one of those is working with amazing people who dedicate their time and efforts to help others. STCU's Volunteers Count is a program to say thank you for this service and inspire others to give back too. Please tell us about a volunteer at a local nonprofit that inspires you. Go to KXLY.com/volunteerscount and nominate them. Help us showcase those people who give of their time and truly make a difference. Volunteers Count, brought to you by 4 News Now and STCU.
This is another one of those surprise medical bills you get in the mail.
I've gotten them. You've gotten them. I'm Kathy McMorris Rogers. With inflation crushing our families, we need to put a stop to these. I support requiring hospitals, insurers, and doctors to disclose their prices so you can know the real cost and can shop around for the best care. I approve this message because no one likes surprises, especially this kind.
911, what's your emergency?
I smell something delicious and I don't know what it is.
Ma'am, we traced the smell and it's coming from inside your oven.
Ah, amazing.
Papa Murphy's. 4 News Now is brought to you by Granite Concepts of Lewiston.
It is 6:44. Spokane's Reading is back for its 21st year. The program encourages people to pick up reading again if they've dropped it and introduces new books to the community.
This year's reading event features the Book of Difficult Fruit, and the author will be in town to talk about it this week. We're going to send things back over to Destiny Richards, who's been hanging out at Auntie's Bookstore all morning long.
We've been talking this morning about the Spokane's Reading featured book this year, which is the Book of Difficult Fruit. But Kate Lebo, who is local, she is in town tomorrow to talk about her book. She will also be talking about 2 other books that are hers. And we're here with Eva Silverstone. Tell us about this book here, Pie and Whiskey, which you said is in collab with her husband.
So Pie and Whiskey is, I think it's based on the program from Get Lit, which is put on by EWU. They have a Pie and Whiskey program every year where she makes pie and then there's whiskey, and it's a lot of fun. And so this is all about that, and delicious.
Pie and whiskey. And I love how it says on there, writers under the influence of butter and booze. Yeah. Very interesting. And then there's a book here, The Commonplace Book of Pie. Tell us about this one.
So this, it says it's a collection of facts, both real and imagined, about pie. And so I love that there are imagined facts about pie. And it's a beautiful book. Auntie's got the last of the copies from the distributor. So and those copies are going in this giveaway bag, which we will raffle 3 of these at each event. So you have 6 chances to get a copy of this book, which is hard to find. And if you come to the events tomorrow with Kate Lebo.
All right, nice. Well, thanks so much for joining us this morning. They also have a suggested list of books on the Spokane's Reading website. So if this one isn't your cup of tea or your slice of pie, if that one isn't, or the Book of Difficult Fruit as well, then there's other suggested books as well. You can go to our website, kxly.com, for a link to all the websites and the live stream if you can't attend the presentations tomorrow. I'll send it back to you guys.
I just love the pie and the whiskey and all of the things. It's awesome. And everybody at Auntie's is so great. If you even have any questions or ideas, they're great.
Tell them what you're interested in. They can show you the way.
Exactly.
All right. Mark is trying to show us the way here with the forecast, but I don't know. Mother Nature's not really cooperating with us.
I really think that, well, I think it feels like fall. It is fall, and it's 47 degrees for the high today. Normally it would be around 53. So showing you the way would be to go to the closet and make sure that everyone's got what they need. A muffler, perhaps. We have temperatures overnight that are going to fall down to 38 degrees, which is, again, mild for this time of year and not looking too bad. But we will see rain overnight, and we're expecting about a 1/4 inch. So wet weather coming in. There are those who put their fertilizer down on the yard maybe a couple days ago and got it rained in. Might not be a bad idea for you today if you have time. It is freezing in Meade, 32 degrees. Deer Park, you're right there as well. Cheney, you're at 32. We have temperatures nearing 40 degrees. Post Falls, Liberty Lake, Coeur d'Alene at 40 this morning. While we have 36 officially downtown, it's about 40 degrees. The nation has quite a few things happening. First of all, severe weather into parts of Texas. They've had tornado watches and warnings as that system continues now to move into New Orleans, Louisiana, and then into Mississippi. We've got the heavy rains into the central part of the country. Freeze warnings all the way down into Albuquerque and Phoenix. So this cold weather is just not us. It's not just our problem. We're seeing this clear across the western U.S. We look at what's going on with the live radar. We still have snow into the mountains along Idaho and Montana. we have seen into areas of Winthrop, that winter advisory has been dropped, and not expecting a lot there. But there was enough yesterday to slow things down over Snoqualmie, but it was just a rain-snow mix at times. 24-hour forecast, we're seeing this start to roll in again. This afternoon in Idaho, you could see a few scattered showers. Now, we're going to see these coming in around dinner time, but sustained light rain overnight, and about 1/4 of an inch of rain is anticipated there, with, again, some mountain snows, even at, Mount Spokane, and Lookout has had quite a bit of snow, and we're going to see that throughout the higher elevations. Today's highs, 47 for us, 46 into Coeur d'Alene, and then you get down in the LC Valley, you're going to be 55. Tri-Cities, if you're traveling down there, good road conditions, but you are going to see temperatures that are about 50 degrees. So today and tomorrow, 47, again, below average. At average, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, but we're going to see chances of rain each and every day. Overnight lows, again, 34 for Thursday morning, waking up and heading out. So you've been to the closet, you've been trying to find what those kids can wear, and you found the coats that they no longer fit in. Please donate those to Coats for Kids. Yeah. We would love to have that so that we can get those cleaned and get them ready for the distribution, which will happen next month. We believe every child should have a warm coat so they're comfortable as they're walking to and from school and playing and being kids.
And it's time. They need them.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
It is now 6:49. Your morning sprint is coming up next.
We thank you so much for waking up with Good Morning Northwest here on your Tuesday morning. We're back to sprint it out after this.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
4 News Now is brought to you by McVeigh Brothers.
Some ideas seem good, but aren't.
These guys will buy our house without even seeing it.
Online buyers make offers that seem attractive at first, only to lower or cancel at the last minute. We Buy Ugly Houses won't reduce or cancel our firm cash offers before closing. Call or click to sell quick.
It's time for 4 News Now, Coats for Kids. Just drop off new or gently used coats at any of our sponsored locations. We'll bring them to Alsco for professional cleaning, then get them out to local children in need. Donate to Coats for Kids through October 31st.
Global Credit Union is very active in our community, and Coats for Kids is one of the causes that we love. And it's not only coats, we also accept cash. So bring your donations to any Global Credit Union branch location, and we'll purchase brand new coats for our community. At Global Credit Union, we love being a part of Coats for Kids.
Do you have wood floors that need some love? Mr. Sandless has options. One-day Sandless refinishing can bring life back to your floors. Mr. Sandless also offers full sanding with dust containment, keeping your home clean throughout the process, offering repairs, matching existing wood flooring, custom stain and color options, and full new installs. If you have tired or worn wood floors, Mr. Sandless has options for most projects and budgets. Call today or go to MrSandless.com to submit a free online quote.
Considering selling your RV? R&R wants it. Tired of paying storage fees? R&R needs it. Just don't use it anymore? R&R will buy it. Due to a critical shortage of pre-owned RVs, R&R RV is currently paying absolute top dollar for your used RV. Any year, any make, any model. Turn your RV into cash or flip it for a newer model. So if you no longer use it or want it, let R&R RV buy it. Visit the R&R RV Superstore in North Spokane or call Ryan at 509-244-5888.
You hear stories every single day of people being mugged or shot.
I've been accosted by homeless people and drug addicts.
It is absolutely not safe.
We're lifelong Democrats.
I have voted for Patty Murray many times.
At least 5 times.
But I just can't do it this time.
We're voting for Tiffany Smiley.
Vote Tiffany Smiley.
Tiffany Smiley is the right person for the job.
She gives me hope.
I'm Tiffany Smiley, and I approve this message.
The nonstop sirens. This is why you don't vote for Patty Murray. It never used to be like this.
Some ideas seem good, but aren't.
Maybe she could sell her house.
What could go wrong?
Like listing your house, then dealing with all the trouble, expense, not to mention closing costs. We Buy Ugly Houses can buy your house fast for all cash as is with no hassle. Call or click to sell quick.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now. This Good Morning Northwest morning sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
All right, just about 6:53. Time to get you ready for your Tuesday here in the morning sprint.
Destiny Richards is live at Auntie's Bookstore telling us about Spokane's Reading 2022.
Sydney Charles is live with the latest update on President Biden's debt relief plan.
Mark Peterson telling us about some rain heading our way.
But we start with breaking news out of Pend Oreille County. The sheriff's office needs your help finding a teenager missing since yesterday. The city of Newport shared this picture of the missing boy, Eric McCauley. He's 15 years old and weighs 160 pounds. He was last seen yesterday on Spokane Avenue in Newport. He was wearing a black t-shirt, tan pants, and brown boots. If you've seen him, you're asked to call 911.
More breaking news about the homeless encampment known as Camp Hope. In just hours, city and county officials will update the public on a plan to connect the homeless to resources and address the growing concerns of the surrounding neighborhood. Sheriff Ozzie Knezovich says he wants the camp closed. The sheriff is asking the county to declare the situation at Camp Hope an emergency. County commissioners have already called it the biggest public health and safety crisis in the region and are expected to make that happen today. 4 News Now will live stream that conference, which starts at 11 o'clock this morning. You can attend the meeting in person at the Chase Gallery at City Hall or watch the proceedings live on KXLY.com or the KXLY Plus app. And be sure to tune in to 4 News Now for our continuing coverage of Camp Hope tonight at 5 and 6.
As you get into your day with our first alert weather, we're going to have temperatures into the mid-30s heading out. The green light is on for the commute, though. Roads are in good shape, but it is going to be on the cool side, no doubt about it. And we're going to see in our 24-hour forecast that potential for showers existing throughout much of the day in the higher elevations of Idaho. For us, around dinner time, we start to see that next thing move in. Then we're going to get light rain, maybe a quarter of an inch overnight.
The legal battle over President Biden's student loan relief program is heating up. Late last night, the Justice Department filed a response to a federal appeals court that sided with the lawsuit from Republican-led states and temporarily blocked the debt forgiveness plan. The DOJ argued that the states failed to prove they would be injured by that plan. The plan cancels up to $10,000 in student loan debt for individuals earning less than $125,000 a year, or as much as $20,000 for individuals who received Pell Grants. The lawsuit, filed by 6 Republican-led states, argues President Biden overstepped his authority. Next, we're expecting a reply from the GOP-led states today.
Voters in Washington are getting their ballots in the mail, and if you are a voter in Grant County, there's been a little curveball. That's because the ballot is slightly larger than the security envelope. So the auditor is telling voters to make an extra fold in the ballot before sliding it into that envelope and casting your vote. The Grant County auditor says this extra fold won't create any kind of issues with the automated ballot reader.
The next debate for the 2 candidates vying for Washington State's U.S. Senate seat will be a different format. Republican Tiffany Smiley is taking on Democrat Patty Murray in the run for Senate. The debate will be in a town hall format. It's happening this coming Sunday, October 30th in Seattle. You can watch that right here on 4 News Now or stream it on KXLY.com or the KXLY Plus streaming app. It all starts at 5.
Federal investigators into the cause of the seaplane crash that killed local activist Sandy Williams and her partner Pat Hicks found a possible safety issue with the flight control. According to the National Transportation Safety Board, investigators found a stabilizer known as the trim jack had separated into 2 pieces by unthreading, not by being pulled apart, and were unable to find a locking ring that holds the 2 pieces together. Still, the NTSB emphasizes it has not reached a final conclusion as to what caused the crash.
This morning, we've been live at Auntie's Bookstore talking about Spokane is Reading. It returns tomorrow with 1 book chosen by the committee of Spokane Public Library, Spokane Library District, as well as Auntie's Bookstore. And that book is the Book of Difficult Fruit. You can come tomorrow to one of 2 presentations by the author Kate Lebo. We also have a list of suggested reads that are similar to the book. It's on the Spokane is Reading website, which you can find a link to on KXLY.com.
Changes are coming to Trent Avenue in Spokane Valley. The city is redesigning the Sullivan Road interchange near State Route 290. It would replace the Sullivan Bridge over Trent and the bridge next to it. The city will host a project open house this Thursday at East Valley Middle School starting at 5 o'clock.
It's back to the drawing board for a new Spokane dog park. The Spokane Parks and Recreation Board decided last night it would not approve Lincoln Park as the new site for the dog park. It was the last site crossed out as an option. Spokane Parks and Rec says it may have to explore other options like non-city-owned land.
And glaciers are disappearing faster than we've ever seen. We'll see what's happening to all of them and what people are at risk. That's coming up next on Good Morning America. First a break and a check of weather after that.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
I met Anidas 10 years ago. He didn't have bad credit, but he just had no credit to begin with. I took the time to really go over some options with him. Fast forward 10 years down the road, he's got his business account with Numerica. And he's looking to buy his second home also with Numerica.
Chewelah Casino's annual Halloween Boo Bash is this Saturday, October 29th. This year's theme is Heroes and Villains. Dress up in your favorite Heroes and Villains Halloween costume. You could win your share of $1,800 cash, cash prizes, and door prizes, costume contest, music with Key 101, jackpots, food, and fun. Chewelah Casino is the place that treats you right. 100% non-smoking. Learn more at ChewelahCasino.com.
I'm Aaron Luna from 4 News Now. There's a lot on the line this election day. Before you vote, get informed with For the People coverage. Send your questions to KXLY.com. We'll get answers now until Election Day. That's what we mean when we say expect more.
Good morning, everybody. It is a breezy start to the day. It's 34 degrees. We're going to have these cool temperatures continue. 36 heading out the door, 43 at 11. Our high today is going to be 47 degrees again tomorrow with overnight rains expected. And then Thursday, Friday, we're warming to normal. We'll be in the low 50s, should be drier during the day. Saturday, there's a 40% chance of showers, but Sunday, Monday, we see more rain activity in our world. So, all right, get ready for just about anything later on today.
Yeah, which is fall, right?
Yes.
We just got to get used to it.
Oh, gosh. We will see it throughout Good Morning America. It starts right now.